So we will try to cover two fishes today, okay? Two class, which was remaining. Can you see my screen? Under superclass Pisces, under superclass Pisces, I told you there are two classes which are living and one class which is extinct. So we covered the extinct class in the previous lecture. We will try to cover these both living classes in today's lecture. Okay, these both classes are somewhat easy and very easy to identify because you guys eat fishes belonging to this class. Okay, we covered till Climateus, which was a member of class Placodermi. What does Placodermi means? जिनके डर्मिस पे स्किन पे डर्मा पे क्या हो, प्लेट्स हो, बोनी प्लेट्स हो. So placodermy have all the extinct fishes. Okay, it contains it includes fishes which are all extinct. We studied Climateus as an example of placodermy. Now we will move to two living classes of superclass Pisces. First is class Chondrichthyes. Okay. Now this class Chondrichthyes, it involves all the cartilaginous fishes. What does it involve? Cartilaginous fishes. So their endoskeleton is not made up of bones. जैसे हम लोग में bones होता है ना, वैसा उनमें endoskeleton bones का नहीं होता है. It is made up of cartilage. ठीक है. So first we will go through some general characteristics of the class and then we will study one example of this. ठीक है. Now, as I said, the general characteristic is, I have arranged this, so it is good that you also arranged it like this and learn. So first is where they live and how they live. So habit and habitat or feeding ऐसा. So where is the habitat? Habitat is strictly aquatic and aquatic में marine. So basically all the fishes who belong to Chondrichthyes cartilaginous class, they are marine. Okay, and they are carnivorous. All fishes are usually carnivorous. Their feeding habit. Hmm? Now coming to exoskeleton, they have exoskeleton in forms of placoid scales. Okay, do you remember placoid? You had an practical exam of separating the placoid scale by heating it in the acid. Okay, so exoskeleton is of placoid scales, endoskeleton is cartilaginous. You remember this placoid scale? Okay, scales are of various kinds. So the cartilaginous fishes have placoid scales as their exoskeleton. Okay, and their endoskeleton क्या होता है? उनका endoskeleton cartilaginous होता है. Okay. Now coming to fins. Now fins are paired fins also. The paired fins are also present and unpaired fins are also present. Okay. Paired fins. There are median fins also. Fins also. Can you see median fin? Shark में होता है ना वो जो when the shark swims, the one median fin is out of the water. Okay, that is median. Median मतलब middle वाला. They are also paired fins. All the median fins, all the paired fins are supported by cartilaginous fin rays. Okay. What are they supported by? They are supported by fin rays, which are made up of cartilage. Cartilage. Okay. Now next, operculum is generally absent, and instead of operculum, what is present? Gill slits are present. Okay. Can you see here gill slit? For respiration purpose, operculum is absent. Gill slits are present instead. Okay. Now the mouth is subterminal in position. Subterminal मतलब नीचे की तरफ रहता है mouth. Like this on the inside. You remember na shark का mouth कैसा रहता है? Now if you compare the mouth of shark with any of the other fish that you eat, for example bony fish, now be it pomfret or anything, उनके mouth terminal position पे रहते हैं. Terminal position like at the end of the head. But इनका कैसा रहता है? सब टर्मिनल पोजिशन मतलब उधर नीचे रहता है थोड़ा. ठीक है. So position of the mouth is subterminal. This is very important point because ये वाला जो characteristic है, it can be seen only in this class. Okay. And mouth again, if it belongs to gnathostomata, so it will have well developed jaws. Okay, now these jaws have two sets of jaws with fully grown teeth. Okay, now these teeth are nothing but modified forms of placoid scales. So ये जो scales है वही modify होते हैं and उनके teeth बनते हैं. ठीक है. Coming to alimentary canal, that alimentary canal is complete, but it has a spiral valve in the intestine. This is something different which is not seen in other classes. Okay, there is a spiral valve in the intestine. Swim bladder is usually absent. Swim bladder is an organ. Okay, it looks like a plastic bag which is filled with air. Okay, that swim bladder is absent in this class. Okay, this is an interesting point that they are caudal fin. Caudal fin matlab the tail fin. That tail fin is heterocircle. Heterocircle matlab, can you see two lobes of this tail fin? Lobes matlab there is two, this one part and this two part, it is divided. It is hetero. Hetero matlab different. Homo matlab same होता है. And what is hetero? Different. ठीक है. Can you see it is not same in size. One is bigger than the other. ठीक है. One is larger. So ऐसा टाइप को जो tail रहता है ना उसको बोलते हैं hetero circle tail. ठीक है. Sorry, fin. So the caudal fin is heterocircle. ठीक है. Every fish belonging to class Chondrichthyes, cartilaginous fish, उन सबका fin कैसा रहता है? caudal fin कैसा रहता है? heterocircle रहता है. Okay, next is coming to reproduction of this class. All the fishes are unisexual. Unisexual matlab kya? Sexes are separate. Okay, male fish alag रहेगा, female fish alag रहेगा. Okay, and claspers are present in the males. These are special organs which are used for reproduction. Okay, now these claspers are nothing but a modified organ which is derived from the pelvic fins. ये जो pelvic fins रहता है ना उसी से derived रहता है. यहाँ पे रहता है claspers. ठीक है, somewhat over here. Okay, this clasper is responsible for deposition of sperms inside the female's body. Okay, fertilization is internal, so these are oviparous fishes. Okay, internal fertilization is a characteristic features of the fishes which belongs to class Chondrichthyes. Okay, any doubts regarding this? Any
No,
doubts?
miss.
Nothing. Okay. ठीक है. जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को कैसे याद रखना है? स्टार्ट विथ फूड फीडिंग, वेयर डू दे लिव. ठीक है, देन कम टू स्ट्रक्चर, व्हाट डू यू सी. ठीक है. ओके, कॉन्ट्रैक्टाइज क्या था? कार्टिलेज था. सो देयर स्केलेटन याद आएगा. सो एक्सोस्केलेटन, मेंशन अबाउट एंडोस्केलेटन. Then can you see fins? Can you see something different about fins? Yes, I can see some difference over here. Caudal fin में I can see one lobe is larger than the other lobe. So what is the term called? It is called as heterocircle. So go like this. Okay. Then coming to reproduction का point तो सब में रहता है. So ठीक है, reproduction point is present in every class, in every fish. So as you go ahead, every organism is unisexual. Like male and female organism will be different. Okay, it may have different organs which are involved in reproduction. So you have to mention that, and also mention what type of fertilization are seen. Okay, in this case, it is internal fertilization. Also, do not forget this point that swim bladder is absent. Okay, it belongs to gnathostomata. You can also write general characteristics of the division. Now division gnathostomata में क्या था कि gnatho मतलब jaws है. So you can write it over here also. Okay. Now question can be anyhow. Like अभी ये stingray है ना. Now cartilaginous fishes involve sharks, stingrays. Okay. Now this is the guitar fish that we are going to study. Okay. So now stingray, they will ask now stingray has jaws. Okay, or it does not have jaws. You tell me. It will have jaws because it is a fish. It belongs to class Chondrichthyes, and this class belongs to superclass Spices, which is under the division Gnathostomata. Okay, like that. I'll move ahead. Now, as I told, we will be studying the guitar fish, which is Rhinobatus, as the example of class Chondrichthyes. Okay. Now, I have not included the systematic classification of Rhinobatus because it belongs to kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata. Whatever I have written from the starting slide, everything was covered, so I did not mention it, separately. So it is a cartilaginous fish. It is commonly called as guitar fish or as violin fish because of the shape of the body. Okay, it resembles a guitar or violin. So in common terms, it is called as guitar fish or violin fish. So it belongs to the family Rhinobatidae. Okay, it has now the fish that we are studying. It is Rhinobatus. I did not mention species also because it was same. Okay. Now coming to distribution, where we can find these fish. Okay, it can be seen. It is distributed. The population is distributed in East Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, it is not seen in Indian Ocean. Okay, so distribution is Atlantic and Mediterranean Sea. Okay, now what is the habit and habitat of this fish? Now these fishes are bottom dwellers. Remember this point. Okay, these fishes are bottom dwellers and they feed on invertebrates, crustaceans, and small fishes. Remember, all the fishes belonging to Chondrichthyes are carnivorous fishes. So they will either feed on small fishes, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. Okay. Next, what is the description? Now, whatever description, whatever you can see over here, you can write it in description. Now, what is the color? Now, what is the coloration that you are seeing? Upper side of the body, dorsal side, मतलब ऊपर का side of the body is slightly brownish in color, whereas नीचे का side, अंदर का side, the ventral side is whitish in color. ठीक है? So you can write it. It is very easy. And what is the average body length? It measures of about 80 centimeter. Okay, it can grow up to 145 centimeter, but if you find the average, you general average of the population, it can grow up to 80 centimeters. Sorry, the average body length is 80 centimeter. It can grow up to 145 centimeter. Okay. Okay, can you see over here? These are claspers. Okay. Next is coming to reproduction. So here this Rhinobatus guitar fish shows a different kind of reproduction, which is oviparous. I said, remember here, now actually they are bottom dwellers, but they come in shallow waters to breed. Okay, you have to remember this point. They actually habitat where they inhabit the bottom dwellers. Okay, but while breeding time they come in shallow waters. ठीक है ये याद रखना है. Now they are ovoviviparous. Now they are not oviparous nor they are viviparous. They are ovoviviparous. इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि एग्स का जो फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है ना वो इंटरनल है. आई सेड ना दिस इज इंटरनल. यूजुअली फिशेस में क्या होता है एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है. फिश क्या करती है फीमेल फिश इट लेज द एग्स एंड दैट एग्स आउटसाइड द बॉडी lays the eggs and that those eggs are fertilized by the male fish. But here what happens? Internal fertilization occurs. Please remember. Okay. Now fertilization internal hona, it is a characteristic of viviparous organisms, right? Viviparous animals. So fertilization is internal. ठीक है but क्या होता है the eggs hatch. ठीक है young ones are developed inside the female's body. The eggs are sorry. The fertilization is internal. The young ones develop inside the egg. Okay, but they hatch inside the body, and the female है ना, it gives life birth to the young ones. Are you understanding? Fertilization अंदर हुआ, internal हुआ. ठीक है, fertilization is fusion of male and female gamete. After fertilization, the embryo it will develop inside that egg. Okay, after hatching, it will hatch inside the body, and this female will give live birth to young ones. Okay, this is called as ovoviviparity. Oviparity, why? Because the embryo is developing from the yolk which is present inside the egg. It is not placenta nahi ban raha hai. दूसरे फीमेल के दूसरे बॉडी ऑर्गन से नहीं न्यूट्रिशन मिल रहा है. न्यूट्रिशन कहाँ से मिल रहा है? एग से ही मिल रहा है. Viviparity, why? Because it gives live birth. Fertilization is internal because of these points. So this is a special characteristic of this fish of this class, which is ovoviviparity. Fertilization is internal. And please remember, it comes for breeding in shallow water. Okay. Now, what is the commercial use of these fishes? Now, the meat of this fish is eaten. Okay, it is salted, dried, and salted, and also the fins of these fishes. Now, they are exported to Asia. Okay, they are of culinary value. Okay, it has a commercial value. But threats are also there for these fishes. A huge decline in population has been seen because of the methods which are used for fishing. Like, because of trawling and other methods like using of gill nets. Sometimes what happens, ghost fishing happens. Ghost fishing matlab, now fisherman does not selects ki, okay, if I will throw the net, I'm only going to catch some pomfrets, I'm only going to catch some bombay ducks. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. He just lays the net. ठीक है, he catches everything. So while he catches, what happens? Some rare fishes, or some fishes that Indians don't eat. Look, we don't eat. Those are also captured. But what happens? Like in gill nets, their gills are trapped and they basically die. So even if they put it back inside the water, they are already dead. So it won't help in increasing the population. ठीक है. So इसको बोलते हैं ghost fishing. Waste कैसा होता है कि you do not intend to capture this fish, but it is unknowingly captured. जानबूझ के नहीं होता है, बस हो जाता है कैप्चर. ठीक है. Now, due to this, IUCN, what is IUCN? International Union for Conservation of Nature, okay, and Natural Resources. It forms a red list, right, for population. So this IUCN has listed this species as an endangered species, okay, because of this. Okay. Any doubts regarding rhinobetters?
No, miss.
No.
पक्का? एक मिनट. Sorry, I made a mistake. It is not called as ghost fishing. It is called as bycatch. Okay. I was having that doubt inside my mind. It is called as bycatch, where any fish is caught by mistake. Okay, by mistakenly catch ho jata है ना fish. That what you can say, that topic or that phenomena is called as bycatch. Okay, due to bycatch, due to trawling and other methods like gill nets. Okay, the population is declining. Okay, so we'll move to the next class, last class. Okay, by completing this class we will be completing our pies. Okay, we have, sorry. Okay, now next class is osteochthysis. This involves bony fishes. As I said, osteo मतलब क्या होता है? Bones होता है. ठीक है. This class involves all the bony fishes you have eaten. Salmon, herring, even pomfret and everything. ठीक है. We'll go through some general characteristics of this class. Habitat. Now it may inhabit marine, freshwater or brackish. ठीक है. Bony fishes are found in all kinds of aquatic habitats, be it freshwater, marine or brackish water. ठीक है. If you compare this class of bony fish with that class of cartilaginous fishes, it is easy to learn. Like अभी यहाँ पे कैसा था हैबिटेट? मरीन था. ठीक है. और वहाँ पे कैसा है? सब मरीन, फ्रेश वाटर एंड ब्रैकिश वाटर. यहाँ पे एक्सोस्केलेटन क्या था? सिर्फ प्लकॉइड स्केल्स था. यहाँ पे एक्सोस्केलेटन कैन बी ऑफ साइक्लॉइड, टिनॉइड और गैनोइड स्केल्स ऑल्सो. ठीक है. प्लस दिस स्किन हैज म्यूकस ग्लैंड्स ऑन देम. ठीक है. ये फिशेस जो रहते हैं, दे आर वेरी स्लाइमी इन नेचर. ठीक है. The endoskeleton is made up of bony skeleton and they have lateral line as their sense organs. See, A lateral line is clearly visible over here. Okay, as the form of lateral organ, sorry, sense organs, what do they have? They have lateral line. The endoskeleton is bony. Exoskeleton can be of any kinds of scales, cycloid, tenoid, ganoid. Placoid scales is not found in bony fishes. Placoid scales is found only in cartilaginous fishes. Okay. Next is, this is an interesting point. They have autostylic type of jaw suspension. इनका जो jaw suspension है ना, it is of autostylic type. Now what is autostylic? ये जो upper jaw रहता है ना, this upper jaw is directly connected to the cranium. What is cranium? The brain box. Okay, the upper jaw is directly connected to the cranium. This type of jaw suspension is called as autostylic type. Okay, please mention. I'm hoping that you're taking down notes. Okay, now these have gill chambers, and these gill chambers sorry this gill chambers are covered by operculum, whereas in over here they had gill slits but the operculum was absent. ठीक है, रेस्पिरेशन से के लिए गिल्स है, बस उस गिल्स पे operculum का कवरिंग नहीं था, जबकि यहाँ पे gill slits are also present, gill chambers are present, and it is also covered with operculum. Okay, heart is two chambered. Now this part will also be, same for other fishes also. Okay, two chambered hearts are found in Pisces. Okay, so heart is two chambered, so one chamber will be auricle and one chamber will be ventricle. Okay, coming to brain, the brain is very well developed. It has very large optic lobes. Can you see optic lobes? The eyes are very prominent in bony fishes. Okay, optic lobes are very well developed, and the cerebellum is also very large. Okay, air bladder is present in majority of members. There, the swim bladder was absent. Your air bladder is present in majority of members. You can find air bladders. Okay. Next is reproduction. Again, they are unisexual fishes, मतलब sexes are separate. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? External fertilization होता है. वहाँ पे क्या था? In cartilaginous fishes, internal fertilization was seen. Here, external fertilization is seen. So, due to external fertilization, we see oviparity. Okay, they are oviparous fishes. Any doubts regarding this? Yes, students. Okay, we will be covering just one example of bony fishes, and then you can leave. Okay, so I need an answer. Are you guys bored? It's okay. Okay, students, I need an answer. Do you guys have any doubts regarding general characteristics of bony fishes?
No,
No,
miss.
miss.
Okay. Okay, now under bony fish, we will be studying an interesting fish as an example. Okay. Now the example taken is Exocetus. This Exocetus is generally, commonly called as flying fish. Now there is a point, a small topic in your textbook where they have mentioned the subclasses of bony fishes here, classes of Osteichthyes. Okay, I have not included because this is an example study. You study the class Osteichthyes and you study with an example. Okay, there are two subclasses in bony fishes. One is Sacropterygii and second is Actinopterygii. ठीक है, सैक्रोप्टर्जी मतलब ऐसे फिशेस जिनमें बहुत फ्लैश, दे आर वेरी फ्लैशी, एंड एक्टिनोप्टर्जी मीन्स रे फिशेस, दे हैव रेज इन देम. ठीक है, ओके, दे हैव सॉरी सार्कोप्टर्जी में क्या होता है, इनके जो फिन्स रहते हैं ना, दे आर वेरी फ्लैशी, whereas actinopterygii में the fins have rays in it. Okay, now the fish that we have taken as an example, which is Exocetus, sorry, it belongs to subclass Actinopterygii. It belongs to class of Osteichthyes. but it belongs to subclass Actinopterygii. Can you see in this fin? You can see rays. Okay, the fins are not fleshy. Okay. Okay, now coming back to flying fish. Now this is a generalized, you know, extinct या फिर fossil के बारे में information है. Now this Exocetus, it belongs to the family Exocetidae. Now this family Exocetidae is famous for including flying fishes. It usually, completely includes flying fishes. The oldest fossil which is present in this family is of the flying fish named as Potanichthyes. Okay, this was evolved in the middle of Triassic era. Now, this Triassic era is meaning 235 to 242 million years ago. Okay. Now, the structure of this fossil fish, it does not relate, or resemble to the modern flying fish that you can see. Okay. Now, that you see nowadays. Okay, it does not belong to. Okay, now this family, it involves 62 species of the marine fishes. Okay, but especially what do they involve? Flying fishes. Expertise क्या है इनका? Flying fish. Now, due to extreme climatic conditions and the water currents, together मिलके क्या हुआ है? For these fishes, it had made a difficult condition for survival in their own habitat. उनका जो normal habitat है ना, due to this climate conditions and changes in water currents, it has made a difficult living conditions for them, due to which through the evolution we have seen this type of modification in their fins, where we can see the modification in their fins. What modification? That their fins, they have fully broadened neural arches. Okay, their vertebral column is very well developed, and the caudal complex is this. Okay, they are fully ossified. Okay, these kind of evolutionary modifications are seen in the family Exocetidae, in the animals belonging to family Exocetidae. Okay, this slide is general about the family Exocetidae. It has 64 species, all specifically known as flying fishes. Okay, one oldest fossil is mentioned, which is Potanichthyes. It was evolved during the middle of Triassic era, which is around 235 to 242 million years ago. And why this modification happened? Because of the extreme climatic condition, it possessed a severe difficulty in survival of these fishes. Okay, shall I move ahead? Yes, children, I need an answer. Do you have any doubts regarding this? Students, you need to be vocal because I cannot see my screen. I can only see the presentation.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now we will come to, this was general characteristic of that family. Now we will study the general characteristic of this particular fish. Okay, it has long wings. Okay, sorry, it has long fins which resemble wings, long wings like fins, which is which helps it to glide a considerable distance. Glide and cover the considerable distances. Okay, it has it makes very powerful and self-propelled leaps out of the water, and it glides through the water for a particular, a considerable distance. Now, this evolutionary point, it has helped that fish to evade from the predators, and also it saves energy. Okay, it saves energy instead of swimming with opposite to water currents. It prefers to fly and save energy and also escape from the predators. Okay, one pair of fins is with streamlined body. What is streamlined body? Narrow slender body, जिसके वजह से it has minimum opposition to anything like air or water currents, whatever they are flying with air or they are flying against water current, उसका जो minimum opposition bear कर सकता है ना, ऐसा type का body. उसको बोलते हैं streamlined body. ठीक है. So because of this streamlined body, they have very good optimization of speed. This streamlined body is for optimization of the speed. ठीक है. Now we are going to study Exocetus volitans. Now that was rhinobetos, and this genus is Exocetus volitans. Now what is the habitat of this fish? It is found in tropical and subtropical zones of the ocean, and it is usually it is a open sea fish usually. Okay, it swims in the on the surface water, but it can also be close to the coast. Open water matlab beach ka. Okay, it is not near the coast, but sometimes it is also seen near the coast. Okay. Now, what is the size of this fish? You can see over here. This man is holding. It is approximately average length is 20 centimeter. Can you see? द बिग जो बड़ा स्केल रहता है ना उतना 30 सेंटीमीटर, बस इतना ही छोटा रहता है वो. ठीक है. 30 सेंटीमीटर इन लेंथ. एवरेज, what is the average length? It is 20 centimeter. Okay. Now what is the food? The food is it eats crustaceans, it can eat planktonic fauna, various kinds of planktons. Okay, so it is a plankton feeder and it eats small crustaceans. Okay. Now coming to coloration, can you see the dorsal body? Dorsal matlab backside of the body is very dark blue in color, like nice navy blue color. But the ventral body जो रहता है ना, yes, can you see over here? The ventral portion, the belly portion is silvery white in color. ठीक है, ये याद रखने का. ठीक है. Dorsal is dark blue, whereas ventral is silvery white. Hmm? Now, important point to be mentioned. As I said, this belongs to subclass Actinopterygii, which means the fins will be having rays. One second. Okay. The fins will be having rays inside it. Okay, can you see rays? Okay, now the dorsal fin, dorsal मतलब जो ऊपर की तरफ रहते हैं, the dorsal fins have 12 to 15 soft rays in it. Okay, whereas the ventral fins, ventral मतलब नीचे के fins जो है ना, it has around 12 to 14 soft rays. Okay. The main portion due to which the fish has this name is due to its large, exceptionally large pectoral fins. These are pectoral fins. They are so large that it looks like wings. It looks like it is flying. Instead of gliding, it seems like it is flying. So exceptionally large pectoral fins are, characteristic of flying fish. Now, what is reproduction? Reproduction, fertilization was external. So thus this will be a oviparous fish. Okay. Female lays about 300 to 400 eggs in open water. Okay. The eggs are laid in open water, and it is actually a very common fish. Okay, so IUCN के हिसाब से the conservation status which is given to this fish is least concern. You can imagine if one female lays about 300 to 400 eggs. So the population of this flying fish is not at all threatened. Okay, but it has some predation, of course. Food chain continue होता है ये in any habitat. So tuna, mackerel, skid, birds. ठीक है, इन एग्स को प्रिडेट करते हैं. ठीक है, दीज डू नॉट ईट दीज फिशेस. ठीक है, दिस प्रिडेशन पॉइंट इज फॉर एग्स. ये जो एग्स है ना, एज आई सेड, द फीमेल लेज एग्स इन द ओपन वाटर. So due to which the eggs are fallen, they are fallen as a prey for these fishes, tuna, mackerel, even squid, and birds also. Even dolphins sometimes predate the eggs of these fishes. Okay, you guys have any doubt? I did not include lungfish in today's lecture because the lungfish is, it is studied by an evolutionary point of view. Lungfish के तीन types है. ठीक है, so I will cover it in the next lecture. Then we can move to tetrapoda. So after covering lungfish now, superclass Pisces will be over, and in that tetrapoda, we will be studying amphibians. Okay. Do you guys have any doubt regarding this?
No, miss.
Pakka? No doubts?
Miss, are you going to share this PPT in GC?
Yes, I'm going to share. अँड एकदा लेसन संपला ना तर मी शेअर करते, बिकॉज आय एम
ओके, चालेल.
हा, जसा जसा टाइम मिळते ना तसं तसं बनवते ना. ठीक आहे, सो आता पाठवेन तर उगाच ते इनकम्प्लीट होईल, दॅट्स वाय. अँड ऑफकोर्स आय विल ऍड दॅट टेक्स्टबुक. ओके, आय विल फाइंड इफ देर इज अ PDF, or I will create a PDF of the textbook. Okay, and that also I will share in the classroom.